I didn't get to the live video today. I guess I set up my program too late, and so it would let me do it. So let me go ahead and start by saying, how you doing? My name is Patrick Udo. A lot of things have happened to me in my life, and I thought it would be therapeutic to just tell the stories. And then telling the stories, it became my therapy, not only to myself, but to others. So I decided I wanted to continue telling these stories. And so today I'm going to tell a story of how I view my mom versus how I should view my mom. Let me start with the intro of saying, my mom was the strongest woman I know. She loved really, really hard. She was extremely protective. And that's the great thing about my mom and my dad. They played off each other very well. My dad was the free-loving guy. My mom was the authoritative, free-loving person. So I kind of got the best of both worlds in a sense. And I appreciate her for that. Allowing me to be the man that I became, that was really big for me. And she allowed me to be who I wanted to be. I could talk to her about everything, anything. She was a beautiful woman. She was very, very feisty. My mom would put them hands on you, big time. Don't think for a second she wouldn't. So let me get into the story. I'll start when the doctor came to us and told me and my family that it was over. It was nothing else they could do. The cancer had spread to her brain, and it was nothing else they could do. So my mom waits for the doctor to leave out, and she says, well, if it's going to be over, we might as well go out with a bang. And she said, I want to throw a party every day. Every day. So she had 3 months to live. We threw a party every day. Everybody showed up. We didn't have a lot of money. My family never had a lot of money. But we always did a lot for people. And in those times, it showed because people showed up. I don't know, every day we partied for 3 months straight. A new house party every day. When I was gone or when I was there, it was a party happening. And everything was always provided for. Food was always provided for, water, alcohol, everything was always provided for. And that is a testament to the type of person I believe my mom was. She took care of people, and in turn, they took care of her. So we threw parties for 3 months. But I had a job. I was working overseas in Iraq at the time. And I had to go back. It was the day I had to go back. And I was extremely I don't know what type of emotions were going through me, but we had her bed downstairs because she couldn't go upstairs anymore. So we put her bed downstairs. So the day I was about to leave, I packed all my stuff and I was just sitting on the bed. And I burst out crying. I just could not stop crying because I knew if I left, this could possibly be the last time I might see my mom. But bills got to be paid because at the time I was paying her bills and mine. So bills have to be paid. So I had to go back to work. So I'm sitting on her bed and I'm crying. I'm bawling crying. And she puts her hand right here on my face. I'll never forget that moment. I felt like a little boy. I felt like I was 10 years old. And the tears really came down. That's how I see my mom. That's how I should have seen my mom that day. That's how I should have seen my mom. The strong person that fought this cancer, and the cancer won, but she was just a strong person. So I went overseas, and I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks in, I hadn't spoke to my mom because we used to talk every day. So I hadn't spoke to her. And so I kept calling my family, and they were like, "Oh, she's fine, She's just, not eating as much, but she's doing okay. She's cool." So I called the hospice nurse, and the hospice nurse said, "You need to get home now. Your mom maybe has a week to live." And so I'm sitting there like, what the hell is going on? My family's telling me she's okay. The hospice nurse is telling me she's about to die. So, just so happens I had this conversation, and I walk outside, and my manager, he sees me at the time, Greg Thomas, man. Shout out to Greg Thomas. And he patted me on my back. He said, "You got to go home." He said, "Get out of here, go home." And I was like, "To the room?" He said, "Nah, you need to go home and check on your mom." So he writes up my stuff to go, and the head person of country wants to see me because I just left on vacation to go see my mom. And when I walk into his office and I sit down, the first thing this man says to me is, "You told me your mom was going to die last time." I can't explain to you how I felt in that moment, like how ruthless some people can be, how some people can put business over lives. And I basically, in so many words, told him, "I'm going home. Whether you send me home or I go home, because I'm getting on that plane." So he says, "I'm going to give you 10 days. I get home, my family picks me up from the airport, and as we get closer to her room, my family starts kind of like trying to have me understand what's going on. So it's like, she kind of changed a little bit, but she all right." And I walked in that room, and I pulled that curtain back. My mom was 60 fucking pounds. I saw every bone in my mom's face. I saw every bone in her hands. I saw every bone in her arms, every bone in her feet, every bone in her legs. I saw every bone you could possibly see on a person. There was like no meat left there. Like her lips had dried up. Like her lips weren't even there anymore. It was just teeth. So, me and the family, most namely probably me, said my mama's not going to die here. She's not going to die in hospice. We're taking her home. And so we took her home, and me and my aunts, I think it was my uncle as well, but we all sat there over the bed, and we just, because she couldn't talk, so we just sat over the bed and we just talked about all of the life experiences we had. And I know she could feel the love in that building. And when we all went to sleep, I woke up in about 2 hours. She was gone. And so she had life insurance. Hey, people, get fucking life insurance, man. Shit saved my ass. Like, I was about to come out 12 grand for a funeral, but ended up with a couple of dollars in my pocket. So shout out to life insurance. Shout out to my mom for getting life insurance. The funeral, the wake, all that went great. And so I'm going to end this story the right way, man. I'm going to leave y'all with a couple fucking tears, because this is the testament to the type of woman that my mom is, and it will always be. I'm nervous, like my hands are shaking. 2 weeks after she passed, I got a call. And it was a man. The man said, "I have something from you from Yolanda." and I need you to come up here and pick it up. It's already paid for, but I need somebody to come pick it up. And it's addressed to you, and she gave me a number. This is what my mom gave me. World's greatest son. For 2 fucking years, I've been asking my mom to get my baby shoes bronze. I'm not big on expensive gifts, but I'm more of a sentimental person. So you can do something really small to make a big impact in my life. And I think she waited until she passed. I think she waited until she passed to like give me this as a farewell and a job well done. And I appreciate her for that. I really, really appreciate her for that. And I wanted to tell her story. And I'm glad I got it off my chest, and I hope it provides you with whatever it provided me with. Thank you.